How y'all doing, grown folks? This is the Donna Smith Show, your hostess with the mostest. We are here tonight live on Zoom to talk about some grown folk topics. I'm so glad to see you all here this evening. And I want you to know that our questions are all over the map. We'll talk about whatever. If anything offends you, please just mute yourself or whatever you got to do and come back for the next one because we do what we do randomly. Also, we want to respect one another. We want to give our comments. We want to speak on things that matters, that's important. But remember, there's other people present and everybody has something to say. So on that note, let's get it started, grown folks. What's up?
Right.
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
Almost Christmas time.
It's almost Christmas. We got eggnog and stuff. And I just want to start this off. I had shared a video on YouTube and Facebook the other day. Folks, my inquiring minds want to know questions or 90% of the topics that I come up with just based on life and situations, and I just talk about it. People seem to sometimes judge and think that these are things I'm going through, that this is my life that I'm sharing, and I just want to let you guys know my topics are not what I'm personally going through. I talk about.
So you really don't like midgets?
Yeah. Well.
Okay.
We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Everybody. I don't know if I like midgets or not because I ain't been with no midget, but they cute.
I'm sorry,
but anyway,
that just slipped out. I'm sorry.
I talk about everything. I'm gonna talk about baby mama. I'm gonna talk about a little bit about religion, a little bit about money, kids, sex, relationships. Those are hot topics. They're really they're interesting topics because we all have to deal with that. And it doesn't mean that I'm a sex fiend. It doesn't mean that I'm a freak. It doesn't mean that I want to get with your man. It don't mean none of that. It's just good, juicy topics. And a lot of people are afraid to say and talk about things, but I'm not. So when I bring it out,
we're not.
I want us all. We're not. We just do what we do. So it ain't no judging. Let's just make it do what it do. Each other's on social media. You have to respect each other's opinion. And when you post things like I do, I know, and it used to happen more so when I first got started with this. I used to get challenged. I used to get attacked. I used to get questioned. It's a lot of challenges that came behind it. I've learned how to finesse my way with it now, and I learned how to disregard the BS. If I feel that you full of the BS, I know what to do with you. Okay, you ain't gotta. It's a whole lot of other posts and pages you can be on. You chose to be on mine, and you chose to do what you do and say what you say. So I deal with it in a very professional, tasteful way, but I'll let it be known. But just know when you do air your stuff out there personally, people are going to be in your business like that. And the reason why I said what I said is because people do like to, the more you shine, the more you're doing things, no matter what it is, you're going to get these challenges. So people come at me in a way sometimes that's like, whoa, wow, really? And you have to learn and develop how to deal with that because they're trying to see you buckle. They're trying to see you, fall at the knees and why are they still doing what they do? Let me try to stop that, and they will try that. So you just
a lot of people too, Donna. Chime in real quick. A lot of people do too when they see a meme or somebody, make a post or whatever. And if it hit home too hard, they feel a certain type of way. And so they go in. I'm like, look, shit was funny to me. I'm a jokester on my page. I post shit all the time, Donna.
You be cracking me.
I just post shit. I do music, some of the music stuff. But I be posting shit or whatever. And stuff be regurgitated from my dude's post or some of my friends' posts. Sometimes I'm like, let me see how this gonna work on my page. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I do that because I'm arrogant like that. So I go in and I just post it, and then sometimes you don't get nothing. Then here come the men, especially if it's something about a man or something. Oh, you must don't have no man. What the? you don't get the fuck off my page. I'm like,
yes, I do. And what is it to you? Okay.
What is right. It's like this must hit home. You know what I'm saying? It's something probably I've dealt with in the past, or it's funny or something like that. Or I've heard my girlfriend say something in conversation with them on the phone where I'm like, oh, this matches what me and Keisha was talking about last night. Well, let me post this. And here come Bone Quisha want to disagree.
What's her name?
Bone Quisha.
Bone Quisha.
Want to disagree, or Lil Ray Ray want to chime in because he that bum ass, or he that bum that relates to the meme that I was, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes it hits home and people feel a certain type of way, and I like those type of engagements because I can see on my page I can go to work and come back and be like, damn, it's like,
and they still going. They still going.
And I'm looking at the comments. I'm like, oh, that's a good point. That's a great point. At least it gets people talking. But what I really don't like is when people try to call each other out their names, or want to act stupid or whatever. That's when you get the heave ho off my, my page.
That's when you have to time out.
Right. This is just a platform. You don't need to be all, greasy and mad, because in these streets you wouldn't do that. Come on now.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So, like then too, a lot of people use Facebook to be bullies and stuff like that, and I see a lot of
and
that.
Hide behind the keyboard. Hide behind the keyboard.
And I see a lot of grown folks like that, and I'll be like, y'all too damn old to be, be bullying. That just,
and some of them do be up there. They be up there in age, and they be still acting.
And still be acting exactly. I was like, wow, well, you need a hug, because you just really bullying somebody.
That's when you throw them one of them virtual hugs. Say, here you go.
Yeah, you need a virtual hug. And sometimes when you say, oh, you need a hug, I don't need shit. Or you think of, they just blocked me. I just said you need a hug. Oh, okay.
Send a gift. Send one of them gifts on there.
Yeah, somebody did that to me. I said I would respond nasty to you, but God bless you.
Yeah, that's it. Keep it moving.
Because
you can get back and forth into a debateful thing, but you gotta think outside the box of what you're doing and what your purpose is of doing it. Mine is a little different with the questions and things I do, but when you're doing it for fun and you just on there doing whatever, hey, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you gotta still do you. And like I said, it's a lot of social media going on. It's other pages they can go to. It's other things they could be doing, but you got their attention for some reason. You got that attention because they all on your shit.
It's funny, and you can really tell the end of this year with the pandemic and all this other stuff in the elections. Facebook really cleared a lot of shit for me. So far as who my friends are. So far as a racial standpoint is concerned, I was appalled at a lot of stuff that I was reading from my friends and family. And I'm like, well, God damn. So, okay, bitch. Okay, when we was at work though. Okay, that's how. And I just felt a certain type of way. And I really like, okay. So this election and this Facebook, and it just really let a lot of little cats out the bag, like so far as your relationship that you thought you have relationship, your friends' beliefs or whatever. I think that's why they say don't talk about religion and politics. But this is like,
that's real delicate.
I scroll down my page and I'm like, well, my mouth wide open, like I didn't know he thought about that like that. I didn't know she thought about that. It's like, man,
some days they just letting it out. I mean, like you say, maybe the pandemic, maybe the situation, maybe people are more involved with the social media and more opinionated. I don't know what it is, but
it's like that on LinkedIn for sure. On LinkedIn, they have if you put up a picture, like they have these racial wars. Like the last one was the lady said she had a picture of Trump and his wife. Look at the president and his beautiful wife. How smart he is. Oh man. And then you look down, you see it's about 5,000 comments. Like,
wow.
I don't even go on there no more. I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah, because you know,
LinkedIn
is a more professional platform.
And that's
so you go get all them PhDs and the BBDs and the, you know, all of them people, them educated
I mean,
folks.
but she was even tripping for, I mean, I'm just saying on LinkedIn, why would you post something like that you would probably post on Facebook? I mean, why would you post?
That was weird because
they know
I had put a picture up of, you know, me and what I do, and LinkedIn was like, this is considered advertising. No, it's a picture of me. And that's
but I put my music on there. I put my book on there.
I got 2 of them, really.
I put things on there. They never hit me like that about advertising. Yeah, I mean, I am networking. I mean, I have people that's in the music industry that
Why wouldn't you advertise? Yeah, it's just like these little loopholes within the media platforms that's gotten going on. Like you can, like Facebook, people will post sexual things, or you have those the OnlyFans or whatever. But if me and my friend going back and forth, you know, having fun, and you post a meme, and I go in my phone, I have an iPhone, I can block out the chi-chis. I can block them out. Put black marks on it and post it because the shit is funny. Oh, I can get blurred by Facebook police. I'm like, wait a minute, but this chick, motherfuckers paying $5.95. Now Pornhub is free. We already went through that last.
Hey, I wrote it down. I gotta check it out too.
So $4.99 to watch some chick have sex with a dildo? Okay, come on, bro. Like, for real?
No, they be letting a lot of stuff go, like, but then they'll get you for this little bitty.
Yeah, and certain words that you say, they'll block you for certain stuff that you say.
Right, because I get that what's that little thing, that little blurb that says, do you really want to post this? Hell motherfucking yeah, I want to really post it.
But you know, fan only, they you know, they get paid by fan only, because the person who owns the fan only don't get every dime that comes to them.
It's a commission.
So it's just like the difference between having a free lane to communicate, a media, and a paid one. So the fan only, when you get that, whatever that is, they fan only, they don't get that, you know, I put 27 cents in this motherfucker so I can see this. They don't get that. And then plus Cash App takes some money. So that's a paid thing. So that's probably why they let them do that. When you just saying your own thing on a free service, you know, with all of the disinformation that's going on social media today, you know, and people, you know, that's probably why they mess with you, because the people who watch that, like the people who watch bank fraud, you know, there's only a small team of them.
Right.
And it's like, and the social media word is only a small team of them that police that free content information to try to solve the disinformation. But I mean, over to with yourself on what I noticed on this pandemic. And I noticed that people start getting, I don't know what it's called. People start getting like going crazy because they were standing in the house and they read just anything on their phone.
Cabin fever.
Anything on their phone, or cabin fever. Anything on their phone, they see it on internet, and they kind of half-ass believe what you believe. That's called conspiracy theories.
Yes,
conspiracy
I'm tired
theories,
of those. Yes.
Tightrope on the truth.
Yeah.
Remember that. Conspiracy theories always have a bit of truth in them.
A bit of truth. Yeah.
And then it depends on where you and for me, people who use these social medias and stuff, and you know, my page is called what it is because it's for entertainment. People I know, just, you know, I'll be saying this, you know, people got radio stations and stuff like that. They on this motherfucker, fuck the mask, man. How you know the mask? You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, you know, if you believe that, that's fine. But you don't use your radio station where you supposedly have a voice to community, the young people, to voice that kind of stuff. So, man, this motherfucker going back to, you know, I'm only going to go back a couple times. I'm going to call this motherfucker like, look, motherfucker, I can't even spell what I want. Hell yeah. I said, I can't even spell what the fuck I'm finna tell your ass. So let me, she knows, damn, no. I said, I can't even spell what I'm finna tell you.
Quit talking about yourself. Now, why?
No, seriously, I really call, I mean, if you watch my content, I will make some funny shit. But I don't get in on the political shit. I'll jump in on somebody's shit.
Right. That's right.
But one of my homies is way the fuck over there. I mean, they gotta be way over there. I feel compelled to give them a happy medium. Like, yo, maybe it ain't half, maybe it's this motherfucker. And I'm only gonna do that a few times with my own cousins. My own cousin thinks that the information to the way the world is right now, you can find it on the Xbox.
I heard, I know.
That motherfucker was like, they're telling you the story on Xbox. I call that motherfucker right after, say, come to my house, I'm gonna tell you.
Why do they think that?
I mean, you know, but
crazy.
then they continue. First, I tried to combat the shit on social media because first of all, I said something and he started changing me into this shit. I'm like, hold on, motherfucker, this is stupid.
Right.
And then I just have to like call you and be like, yo, son, you may even believe that.
And that's
you artist and you that, and maybe you looking for a group. You need to have your own page of this cuckoo.com shit. And let all you motherfuckers don't get on my post with this shit.
Cuckoo.com. What
I mean, that just came up because I was drinking. But I mean,
He's telling the truth, though.
I'm just saying, I was like, I put something on there like the president, this, I'm glad that they're going to have a black vice president. Oh, Slick, she done threw motherfuckers in jail.
God.
I'm like, dude, wait. Time out, motherfucker. Hold on. You may believe that.
Yeah. But the truth is she did, because a lot of the people she locked up, I know them personally, and they should have been. That's true.
There's two things I say to everybody that has to do with her. If your ass wasn't doing some wrong shit in the police thing, you wouldn't have never seen her ass.
Exactly.
Just saying.
If you wouldn't have never seen her rap as a DA, if your ass wasn't fucking around.
Yeah, I'm here watching.
Now, if you just had an ounce of weed in your pocket and she put you to jail for 50-something years, then that's a fumble. But your ass shouldn't have been that old out there with no weed. I'm just saying.
She didn't even take them kind of cases, though. That wasn't her game plan.
That wasn't her. And then they don't even give her credit for making all the goddamn cops from here to LA wear body cams. That's the first motherfucking DA in the world to say that shit, you motherfuckers gonna wear it.
Yeah.
Okay, they don't get, but Slick, you don't know she gonna do. I'm like, okay.
They just know what they just know what they homie said.
Dude, they show me the proof, and it's a screenshot of some other shit, on somebody's page.
Right.
And by the time they get it, it's been liquidated.
It's all messed up.
And now they mad at me because I say you can't. I tell her, I say, how you go? That shit is stupid. That don't even make sense. No, you can find it here and here. I say, first of all, I'm older than Google, YouTube, IG, and all that shit.
Ronnie.
So this shit you showing me that somebody made up on this motherfucker, that I could put on this motherfucker and say, Ronnie Thomas is going to Mars in 2 months from now. And I get enough motherfuckers to campaign behind me, you motherfuckers gonna be out there looking for a rocket ship to go up.
Yeah.
That's true talk.
Yeah.
They're gonna be on your Instagram.
Yeah, okay, we can put this, I can say 2 years from now, Slick is gonna jump off the Bay Bridge and he gonna have a rocket, and I'm gonna have a couple pictures of some rocket ship pieces. Yeah. Shit, on that day, motherfuckers gonna be on there like this, 5, 4. Oh, that motherfucker didn't even go. So you don't show me no bullshit on this motherfucker. And then them the ones when I get in there and then I said, and then my daughters and even my 15-year-old son say, Dad, you can't save the masses. He said, you can't think stupid. And I said, you're right. Stupid. So I throw my little punches out there. And then after that, then I just let the motherfucker just drown like a motherfucker. I told my one partner, I said, you can say whatever you want about that mask, motherfucker. I don't give a fuck. I'm not chiming in no more. But I bet you I won't invite your ass to my compound because I know you don't motherfucking understand the rules to keep my old ass safe. So now you ask me why I don't invite you because you don't believe in the fucking science.
Yeah,
everybody in there is trying to stay safe and the best they can, and they at least believe. You let a motherfucker come in there talking about, oh fuck this shit. Dwayne gonna say kick rocks, motherfucker. Don't touch my dog on the way out either.
Yeah, you gotta pick and choose because I'm telling you, some ain't.
So that the social media kind of showed me the people that get like cabin fever and they really just get off on the information that they obtain in their brain. And, and I suggest, I'm going to tell you, I don't say look at, this is just my G17. You can look at your phone, YouTube, but you got to bounce it off of CNN, ABC. And once you start looking at all that shit together, and then you will figure out the truth in the common thread. I don't say never look at one news media, nothing. And if you really get that concerned, you can go and read the motherfucker your goddamn self.
That's right.
Because when they say like, somebody died,
this shit make good. This shit. Pookie told me this when he got out of San Quentin. I knew these motherfuckers were putting Martians underneath the Golden Gate Bridge. I'm sharing this motherfucker right now. I told you, Pookie told me. Now 3 motherfuckers like Martians, and then it's
and it blows up.
So don't tell me I chime in on really, and I my own cousins and friends, I done ate them motherfuckers. If they call me for Thanksgiving, I say I love you, but that shit was stupid.
Oops. Okay.
That's my OG. As an OG with this gray hair, that's my job to tell the youngsters when I think this shit is.
And they either gotta like it or they gotta like.
Don't call me no more. I'm gonna tell your ass every fucking time, and you can just say, "Cousin OG is stupid." I told you now. If you go and get your head blown off, right. I told your stupid ass.
Yeah, you doing right.
Okay, now
you doing right.
That's my social media want right there.
So you guys, yeah, that's good stuff though. I'm man. That was some good stuff. Thank you for sharing that. Right. That we all needed to. I hope we got something from that. Hot Lips, you all right?
Huh?
Okay, you all right. Okay. Now what about this 900 billion COVID relief package that Congress has made a deal with, and looks like we're gonna be getting some stimulus checks and some help for unemployment and small businesses and funding for the schools and things of that nature. You guys, what do you think about that? You think it's coming now? I think it's going to be like $600 stimulus and $600 for each dependent or something like that. You think we kind of, like, you think we reaching that? We there? I know.
What's $600 going to do for
you got to have a family of 4 to really feel some money. I'm going to tell you, because you know, 600 times 4, and you may get a little good, nice little change. But you know, and they got the money for the small businesses, so you know,
that's it right there.
That's gonna help some of these small businesses, you know, that can apply for that money and get it and things of that nature. That's gonna help out. But $600, that's really low. I don't know why they dropped it down so low, but do you guys think it's coming or it's not? You think it's just
I think it's gonna come. I think they get the same. If you got it last time, you'll probably get it again.
Yeah.
If you got it last time,
I think it's coming, but I think we just need to go back to work. I mean, it's like
you know, vaccine, that's the actual fight.
Not to vaccine, people, and they're gonna get this money for these small businesses. They're gonna do whatever they're gonna do with it. They're gonna open up just for a minute. They're gonna have stipulations for that, and then they're gonna close them back down again like they did the last.
Yeah.
Louis and Gucci, they get the Gucci store about to get it, boy.
He said about to get it. He said the Gucci.
One belt is $600 at the Gucci store, so I think not.
It is.
Yeah, that's not enough. That's not enough to do nothing like that.
$1,200 wasn't even enough because you can't even buy 2 items at the Gucci store. So
you know, see, that's the actual fight, though. You know, some people in the Republicans they think that by giving Americans $600 kills them their will to go to work. I mean, we know that $600 ain't shit, but up there they think, well, you know, you give them a $500 every 2 weeks, and plus it used to be $600 on top of that motherfucker. It killed the will. They think, I didn't say that, it kills the will for people to go to work because you're making some good money on unemployment, but you can't go to work because ain't no work out there. Right. So that's the problem. So
the businesses is closed and the jobs is not.
What they really need to that $600, considering you can't really do shit. You know, you can you can't really just go to Hawaii with that. But you can't go to Vegas and fuck it off like you would. I mean, you use the money wisely, but what they really need to do is 2 things. They really need to do is to extend the rental protection for people who are able to. And what they really need to do is, because it ain't gonna do no good, they just kicking the can down the street. Yeah. Because at some point, motherfucker gonna get this money, and at some point they're gonna have a back due rent or mortgage of astronomical money that they're not gonna be able to pay.
Exactly.
So they need to get some money to erase that, and that's gonna be taking care of the mortgage companies. And then, you know, they need some money like that, and that's That's
gonna clean it out, because even these forbearance plans for you, owning your house. I mean, they letting you do, miss your mortgage payment for so many months, but at the end of this thing, at the end of that forbearance,
it's still sitting there for you. People,
they want it back.
But the mortgage, you have some leverage. You have a house because you can have equity. You do that. If you are a renter, and you couldn't pay for 5 or 6 months at $1,100 a month, when this shit is over with, that money is due. That money is not even forgiven. This money is still due these people.
Mm-hmm.
That is where the major hiccup they need to talk about. When they kicking this can down the street, that mean that, okay, I've been able to pay my rent for 8-9 months at $1,100 to $1,500 a month. How much is that? Next year, when you're like, okay, you got your job back, everything's gone, you got your vaccine, everybody kicking. Now you owe me 9 racks.
Right.
Then
or you
what?
gonna have to move.
Yep.
I mean, what's gonna happen? You finna have a whole
that's
nother
true.
flood.
That's how it's gonna. It's gonna put people back in a worse situation.
It's gonna put it back, because anybody who get any kind of stimulus package, a Black, American, brown, kind of white, and you really ain't, you ain't got your money together. You let the motherfucker give you $1,200, you ain't gonna go pay it on your mortgage. You're gonna go buy some sheets and some shit for some other shit. You're gonna be like, oh, let me knock this money down.
Barbecue.
You finna go buy me too, man. I'm gonna go buy no, but they had to get it either time. But I'm just saying, you're not gonna do the right thing.
Even $1,200 that ain't really gonna put no dent, because they charging you the interest rate. It's just like a rabbit hole being dug and being dug. It's it ain't
if the people who get that money, man, people, if you ain't figured the shit out now after 9 months of goddamn thing, and you get some money in your pocket, and you go out that motherfucker and just do some psycho shit, you need to live under a goddamn freeway.
Right.
Because if you don't go buy the stuff that you go need to try to survive for a little while, then you're supposed to wash yourself out.
Now, the thing is, with the EDD back pay, now on that, I think people should have just used, if you like, at that time, motherfuckers should have been like maybe $3,000 in the hole on some rent or whatever by that time, when everybody's starting to get on that last little savings where EDD hit and people was getting 10 or 12. But no, Vegas got that bag.
Yeah, Vegas got that bag.
Florida got that bag. I don't know, so many flat booty bitches now got booty.
They got booties. They got new cars.
Hella flat booty bitches that I know from high
Oh,
school
wow.
and just
Why
on
did
Facebook.
You just say that?
Them bitches got booties now.
They are going to get booties. They going to get the booty clips in Florida.
It look good. She got a good booty though. It's a nice booty.
She paid good for it, but her kids looking like, never mind.
Who got the booty? Who got a good one?
A lot of people, a lot of these chicks got nice booties.
Oh yeah.
Mommy makeovers. They got their tits lifted, ass butt Brazilian, BBLs.
Maybe that was investment for the fan only page afterwards. They go get it all made up. Now they gonna
she
be
a business lady. This one a business lady. She ain't fan only. But it looked nice. I seen the pictures. I was like, ooh, sister.
Now, if it come out,
they can mess up. They can mess up your ass too. I wouldn't trust it. They can mess your ass up.
It looked nice. No, she took it from. She took it from other places. She took it from other places. They took the fat from other places and put it in the buki.
Okay, well that's fine. She just shifted some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that they doing that.
But but this EDD money kind of funded a whole bunch of Florida trips. Bitch don't even know how to spell.
And new
Florida.
cars too.
Was down there.
Yeah, new cars,
apartments, and all kind of shit. I mean, but you got to think about this. I mean, if you got your ear to the ground and you listen to the news, I just want y'all to know that the Bay Area probably got hit for about $7-8 million in EDD fraud. They was paying motherfuckers in San Quentin.
Yeah,
they was paying people that was dead.
They was paying, and the motherfuckers was getting dead. People was getting the check, and the grandkids that have the name have right on the motherfucker at check cash and getting grip.
Yeah.
I mean, the California. I think it went from LA to Oregon or something like this, wherever that system is.
Wow.
Can we say reparations?
Yeah, that was it.
Can we say reparations?
They got molly-whopped for some money, but don't get it twisted.
They getting that shit back.
At some point in your life, they finna get your
They gonna get your ass when you think it's all over. They gonna get your ass.
Yes.
People, they getting their doors knocked on. So-and-so, Jane Doe, bring that ass. Bring that ass here.
Wow.
Bring that ass. I work for a bank. I've seen the paperwork.
They is going to get your
ass. That bitch got 20 G's and ED. Bring that ass.
And let me tell you, somebody else young ass is in trouble.
Yo, nigga, you done bought your nigga that box shelf. Okay, that's cute. Okay, your little body look good. Okay, you done got some scrimps and some lobsters in your little freezer. Okay, that's cool. But bring that ass, because you
got some scrimps and some lobsters.
All of that, yeah.
Hey,
right.
And you went to Hawaii.
And all of that
Vegas
stuff.
8 times.
Yeah, but your
went
real
to Vegas.
Actually, you was doing the bitch was working at Walmart or something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But you done got 20 G's in back pay.
Or jail, right? I mean, it's one or the other.
One or the other. Yeah. Because they say EDD fraud is on the same lines of welfare fraud, and they throw bitches.
Oh, you getting a felony? You getting a felony, big time.
Exactly. So that's what it is.
And you better not have no priors, because if you do, you go into Rita. You go into Rita.
If your shit was legit, shit, bitch, go to Florida. Bye. It's legit. But people using other people's children names and stuff like that. But I feel bad for the kids when they turn 18. It was kids 5-year-olds and stuff.
Oh yeah, them kids and them youngsters gonna get you. You know,
they be like, "Mama did what? Daddy, I never what?"
You got some young kids between the age of 13 and 27 that was anywhere near them goddamn stores when they was rioting.
Right.
They finna get them motherfuckers too. I promise you, some of the work I do on stuff surveillance, I do stuff in the world. But let me tell you, I seen some very good cameras that they have that they put in these stores. And they got motherfuckers, they got back. I've seen them zoom in on people's school backpack and get the name off that motherfucker.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a shame. And I don't even know who to blame. This situation, it's survival of the fittest right now.
It is.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
And you got to be thinking. You just got to be.
You got to be thinking. And people out here in Vallejo, where they're stealing catalytic converters and stuff. So I didn't know. So I had to ask the question. So what's good as a catalytic? Why? Why are people stealing them? Because the metal on it, they resell.
I think they got gold in them, huh? I think they got gold in the Cadillac converters. The older school cars had that.
The least they getting as far as the recycling bin people is $300.
Wow.
So you go to the store, try to get some milk, and your shit selling like a motorcycle. They say your car can still go.
Oh, you still go, but it's just you would instantly know when you start up.
That's what they say.
Yeah, I think that they got metals in there.
Every time I start my car, I'm like, please,
Yeah, Vallejo is really bad. Vallejo scares me now. It's really
getting bad, and people are they said that's like an $1,800 job to get in a catalytic converter putting back on your car.
Yeah, it's not cheap.
People are adding that onto people's insurance and saying that it's covered. So I feel a lot better because I call Geico like, hey, you know what I'm saying, just in case. But like I said, it's survival of the fittest. People they hungry, they need stuff.
Yeah. Everybody needs something, and some people desperate measures. I tell you,
it is.
Yeah.
Well, that's good information right there, and I'm quite sure somebody.
Y'all counting on the regular people though. So y'all going with regular people. I know business owners that got $200,000 or $300,000 off of stimulus. So and ain't nobody ever gonna go check them out. So the poor people is gonna get hit. But the people that really got paper, because people got like 300,000 or 400,000 on the PPP, they got another 100,000 on the regular, the EIDL. They got paid, and they're never gonna be looked at ever.
No. So we look at them too.
There's only difference between them and the other.
No. Well, she say yes, we do.
No. Your bank website.
They ain't gonna look at them.
We look at those too. We look at those first. Sorry, I had to get my red cup. No. We look at those too. For real.
Yeah.
Oh, because you know he right though.
And what you gonna look at?
We look
all they
at
got,
how
all
you
they
spend
have
your
to
money.
have.
Accountant ain't gonna say
Well,
nothing wrong.
She ain't
All they have to
gonna.
do is paid out. Employees,
Yeah, if you pay into your
invoice.
business,
That's right.
You good.
like if you
That's
own a
it.
trucking company or whatever, you buy more trucks, you're getting your shit. The trucks is in the shop. You're using that money. We follow the money,
That's
and
right.
that's things we follow the money. You transfer these monies over to another account somewhere else. We follow those too because we're a bank. So we follow the money where it goes. Trust me, we follow the money.
And if you end up on somebody's money on the booty, it ain't supposed to be.
We follow the money. I'm just telling you.
If you didn't took the money out of the country or the state to get a new ass, they gonna follow the money too.
We follow the money.
They gonna wait till you sleep and repo that motherfucker.
So if you're doing what you're supposed to be,
repo the booty.
Repo the booty.
But think about it. It's a whole lot of
he
stuff.
Gonna be sitting on that booty up in San Quentin somewhere or something like that.
Because Big Marge gonna wanna rub on it. Big Marge.
Hey, look, Ben had a point though. He is really he's on that underlying thing that he right. A lot of us people who did this black collar, white collar crime and did the EDD and got these little fake $5,000-$6,000 loans. And I don't have no business. I'm really just gonna buy this and some shoes. Like me and Selena was talking about, motherfucker got a painting company, ain't bought an airbrush. Well, he right. They gonna come and get us, but these other motherfuckers is really getting that cha-ching. One is because I think they know how to hide it better than us. And that tax law and how they know how to do that. That's it. Because him over that 5,000 if we would have got it and use it right.
And I just I'm like, nah, I'm good. Yeah. And people moving money through Bitcoin also because that's the black market and stuff. Everybody don't believe everything about Bitcoin. If you want to holler at me about the Bitcoin. But
I ain't bidding shit. I've got my shit on the mattress.
I've heard some pros and some cons. Pros and some cons. I know some people doing some big things, but you still got to be careful. You got to be careful with all that, So that's good information, right?
Did y'all look at the verses last night?
Oh yeah, I was showing them. We had a whole discussion.
I missed it, but I heard so much that was going on.
That's why I got the hat on and the shirt because I got to still be representing a whole day later. Because the verses was Bay Love. We represented the Bay. I don't care how many people get their own verses, and these motherfuckers is a freeway away from each other. Right. They did what Chingy when they did Atlanta, Gucci and them motherfuckers was one city, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You don't see nobody else doing the motherfucker. Who else?
They was at war.
That's
right.
You see how they had the little moat? Had the little mo for Gucci in there because he knew they would jump across the moat and beat the hell out of each other.
Right.
That was all Bay Love. I thought it was great.
I thought it was great.
I think you watched it too, right? You've been quiet back there. You watched it. Did you watch the verses?
Yeah.
That shit was hot, huh?
Yeah, it was very good.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought it
right
was,
on.
It was a real good celebration of baby. Yeah. I mean, I learned some. I didn't know I liked that many E40 songs until they started hitting them. I was like, oh, wait a minute,
yeah, I know I would have been gigging. It make you want to get back out there and do
right.
I'm missing all that. I'm missing that little,
it was
that music, that
big
party.
John Johnson on there.
Damn.
Yeah, it's better when you alleviate it. Just trust me.
See that?
My question to you guys is: do you think that the way we are now in the pandemic era right now, this is the way we're gonna have concerts? Like literally, I know me and Ronnie will start to do some concert online when we first got into it last year, early this year in March. But as I was looking at it, and I'm like, I was grooving too. I was like, wait a minute, I had something hit me over the head. Like this is how we're gonna be. This is how we're gonna be watching concerts from now on. Like period. A host, the whole concept that we talked about, Ronnie.
Mm-hmm.
The host.
Oh yeah, it definitely.
Yeah, the host, the people chiming in, and the people, maybe a few people in the audience, and so us seeing it, me seeing it for myself live like that, actually seeing it come about where you have Apple Music and Ciroc sponsoring it. You know, like we used to have, like we have the concerts. Who used to be the sponsors for the concert, Ronnie?
Budweiser,
Budweiser, and
Yeah.
all of them, Ticketmaster and stuff like that. We're sitting up there in our own living room and we're
KBLX.
watching it. So you think this is the future for us? The way we do
I hope not.
I don't think so. I think the human being is just so personal. We're gonna figure out how to get back to crowded shit.
It's just so personal being there and in the
mix.
Just like the Stone Soul concert every year. I mean, I looked forward to that in the socializing.
There will be I believe there will be a vein for this type of online streaming, those type of music things.
Yeah.
But I think the whole personal concert thing, I mean, it's gonna come back because at some point in the United States, we will reach herd immunity, whether motherfuckers take the shot or not. So at some point, we'll be where herd immunity, where you either had it already and got by it and got your own antibiotics, you either got a shot or your antibiotics are so strong that you didn't have it already and didn't even know
your
it.
antibiotics.
Right.
So one of the two things going to happen. So in the United States and all the people going to reach herd immunity, where it's just another thing that they just have to get a little shot for. So I believe, and I believe that motherfuckers be back in concerts. That's what I believe.
Well, I'm gonna look forward to that because I'm ready to.
Me too.
But I do think you're right. It's gonna be a late. That's my last thing. Is she right? It is going to be a new path for this.
Yeah.
Versus
I think they're gonna have it. Yeah.
It's gonna be a new. It's gonna be something lead to a concert. Get you so juicy. Can't wait. You done seen them here. You done seen them there. And then you're gonna see them in person. And you're gonna spend $7 million to see that shit in real life. It's gonna be something like that. Maybe 530. Maybe 530.
Damn.
Okay, what's the next one?
We I know we ran around. You know what? I'm interested. This one is we off the serious topics we was on, but
it's back to a section.
You know, I heard somebody was telling me about this bi-curious. You know, when a woman is bi-curious. Now, you know,
I'm just waiting for the crap. That's why I'm laughing.
Trying to be funny, but I'm saying, you know, if a woman wants to sleep with another woman, okay, is she considered gay or bi-curious? Okay, perhaps she is into men. She, you know, she gigging and digging the men, but she's curious about trying out a woman if the opportunity permits. Now, what exactly is that? I was having a conversation with somebody and they were saying, no, she's not gay. She was just bi-curious in the moment. She did that and that was it. And she moved on. But my thoughts is, if you might have been curious, but you wanted to go there. So what are you? Are you gay? Or are you just a bi-curious sister that just wanted to taste another woman? I mean, what do you guys think about that?
I don't know about the rules. I don't know.
Trisexual.
What is it
I'm
called?
not even gonna answer it. I can't wait to hear this shit.
Trisexual.
What is it called?
Trisexual. You can try anything. Try anything.
A trisexual.
What does that mean? Explain.
Man, woman, and animal.
They're not gay. They're a trier, a trisexual. So they will try almost anything.
They have a whole movement.
It has nothing to do with.
We gotta make sure Ben on every show he's smart as a motherfucker. Go ahead. Keep going, Ben. Keep going. I'm gonna give you another word y'all can look up. I'm gonna give you a word you can look up in the Urban Dictionary. As soon as he finishes, go finish telling him. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Trisexual. That means they will try anything. Yeah. I was told that it was called
they trying that, but yeah.
It was called bi-curious. That's what I was told.
So they're like curious about a woman,
that's what
only want to do it one time. I've been told, motherfuckers like they gay until they gotta put their mouth on something. So meaning I had a conversation with one of my
I
friends.
heard that.
Yeah, I heard one of my friends was like, that she's full gay, but she's a stud. But she was like, yeah, I get straight women all the time talking about they want to try this and want to try that. Even though I'm a stud, I want my coochie ate too. They bi curious until that part.
But they don't want to eat the coochie.
Exactly.
But they want somebody to eat their coochie.
Exactly. That's what the curious part is. Basically, that's what that is. She said a lot of women, straight women wants to know how it is to get their coochie ate by a female.
Mm-hmm.
That's bi curious.
That's it. They don't want nothing else. That's it.
But what if it's ate real good?
And they want some more? Well, then
she's strong. I mean, a lot of men lose their women over that, because another woman, you know what I'm saying?
They do.
She said she took she done turned many women. She said not full gay, but they dabble in both when they never dabbled at all. So I'm like, well, what is it? Like, the touch, the way we touch, because we're two women, blase. But I'm like, well, when it comes down to the strap-on part, I mean, I think I would want a real one. I would think
a pulse on that motherfucker.
I mean, you want a real one in the end. I mean, they may play with the straps. I mean, every now and again try something different, but don't you want a real one?
Sometimes she get these ones that she be like, man, she be the baby daddy. She be the stepdaddy. She
Oh, see.
Well, let me ask you a question, Donna.
See,
is it like, Okay, let me ask you a question.
But
like
this
the woman
is how they lose
once?
their men.
I'm saying, do a woman be like she is being bi-curious is like she just did it one time to see, or she did it one time and now it's a continuous thing? Bi-curious is something like, I want to see what's underneath the drawer. Oh shit, it's got some dirty stuff under there. I don't want to be in there. Is that curious? That's what that Curious George was after something to see was something like something. So being bi-curious is like, it's like they want to see if
they want to see, but then if they're like, nah, well, because like my friend said, that's where it stopped. When it's time to get them,
they just want to see if that woman can really do it.
Faithful.
Yeah. When it's time to give.
What you say, being a face full?
Yeah, faithful.
Yeah. When it's time to have their face full of 70s bush, because studs, they don't.
Well, that's
studs don't. Studs is the men, right?
Lord have mercy. That is just
when it's your turn to have buckwheat in the headlock, you don't want that headlock. So I guess that's the bi-curious.
Oh.
No,
well, y'all set me straight, because I thought bi-curious was just, you curious to see what it do. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's what it is. It's like
what it tastes like.
Yeah, just try it one time. Yeah, man, I tried out. I'm just curious. Is it really? Why do?
But a lot of women who do it one time, it don't be one time. They be saying, they be thinking it's gonna be one time, but it don't just be one time.
Yeah, they get them studs that had maybe one baby before, and they looking like Manny Fresh.
But they came up with a whole thing to solve all this. What we talking about is called a fluid movement.
Yes, a lot of people don't want to be called lesbian.
Just look up what fluid means.
Fluid, yeah.
Fluid means I could be bi-curious. I could be with a man. I could be with a woman. I could be with girl. I could do whatever I want. I am a fluid person. I could do whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And they got a whole.
That's when they get them labels, then, huh?
Yep, they get tired of the LGBT. That's where they get tired of it. Which letter are you on the LGBTQ thing? Which letter are you?
So they just in a fluid movement.
I'm fluid. Don't worry about what I am.
Well, that can be said with all the freaks out here. I mean, it's a lot of freaks that's just fluidly moving because they do everything. You know what I'm saying? So that
they put names to it, like they're like his, hers, mine, or they're like some of them are like none of the above.
Mm-hmm.
What is another one I really seen? Like he, her, he, or is he, her, him,
Him,
hers.
yeah, I
So
see,
he's
yeah.
a box, you know. They put the labels on it.
He right.
And then they expect you to do it. I've been in certain things where they be like, what is it's something they call it. And I was like, what? Oh, your pronoun.
That's
what is
it.
your pronoun?
Yeah, what's your pronoun?
And I'm like, I don't have a pronoun. And then they start laughing because I didn't know. I'm like, why y'all laughing at me? I'm heterosexual. I don't know. They start. I'm like, damn, that's embarrassing.
Yeah, that is, and yeah. What is your pronoun?
So that's by curious.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Say that again. You said fluid lifestyle.
Fluid is a lifestyle.
Fluid
movement, or is it fluid lifestyle?
It's a fluid lifestyle.
The first person I heard that said that was Janae Monáe, the singer.
Janelle
where
Monáe.
yeah, and she was saying that she's fluid. They don't put her in a label. She's fluid. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's because fluid people believe they got no problem with threesomes. That's really they
don't have no problem with nothing. No. They just kind of all over the place.
Yeah, they really don't have no problem with threesomes in either direction.
She's
if you're a man,
relationship with another celebrity girl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right.
That's.
Well, I like to see more men involved with the threesomes. I mean, like with. I mean, let me clear that. I mean, I like to see men that's more open to having two men and a woman.
Motherfuckers ain't sword fighting.
A lot of men ain't just not having that.
We had this conversation about sword fighting.
I know we did, but I'm just telling you.
The shit ain't changed. It's still 2020. We ain't still motherfucking sword fighting. I already know. I ain't even. I'm gonna speak for kids.
I'm just saying. I like to see
that
going into the new year.
Well, you better go to Pornhub.com.
You don't have to cross the Mason-Dixon line.
Huh?
You don't have to cross the Mason-Dixon line. You in the front, he in the back. You switch. He in the back, you in the front.
Well, that's what I said, Ben. I told them when we had this conversation on another show, I said the man don't have to even touch the other man, but it's just something about men are just not into. They just don't want to give.
Well, shoot,
women.
People was running trains in the 80s and 90s. That's kind of like the same.
I used to eat sour grass and drink out the motherfucking water fountain at the park too. That didn't make that shit right.
I know he didn't.
You know what?
That sounds like you've been there then, huh?
I did a couple of them. Of course.
This is what I'm saying. It's like,
of course. I would say about 3 of my stood in line, fucking high five one time, and then said, "Self, I am." That just disgusts the hell out of me. When I went like this, I said, "Self, this is not what I want to be in my life."
You know what?
Is it real?
Are you taking some famotidine or whatever?
No, but I'm keeping it real.com. But once I got older, I just couldn't do it. I mean, when I was young,
but it's rules to it, right? The dude that gets the woman is the one first, right? Is that the rule?
Yeah, when we did High and Go Get It, that's how it was. When it was High and Go Get It, whoever you found it first, you was in.
Oh, I remember High and Go Get It.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now we played High and Go Get It in the projects. I was just watching. I didn't really get it. I mean, don't get it.
That is just so hard to believe.
No, for real.
I dry humped a couple of times.
I was a really good girl, but
yes, you.
But you know what I like to do?
You've been to the exotic already?
Yeah, I've been a couple times.
Yeah, I've been to the one in San Francisco. I went 2 years ago. Boy, that shit was...
2 years ago, too.
What was it called?
Thick little mofo. I should have just peeled that shit.
No, it's one in San Francisco called the... They used to have it every year. Where they had...
It's the St. Francis Hotel.
I went to it, but I know that shit was off the hook.
I ain't never been.
You never been?
Yeah, it kind of
Halloween.
It kind of helps you step out of your you flap your wings and you open
Have
up
y'all
your
ever
mind.
been to the Power Exchange? No,
we had this discussion. Man, we had. I told him about the Power Exchange.
Yeah.
So I think Hot Lips is supposed to go this weekend.
Something weird like
you
that.
Went. Is the Power Exchange still open?
No, it's gone.
I hope not.
It's gone.
Yeah,
it's been gone a couple years.
I think
the other thing. What's the motel on just before you get to the airport?
Oh, you talking about Hagenberger
in Oakland?
Hagenberger.
Yeah, that was the adult hotel.
That was
Yeah.
Hagenberger. What they used to call that? I can't think what they Hagenberger was.
Yeah, that was-
I don't know,
a
but
different
somebody took me there
Edgewater.
one time, and I thought it was a
Edgewater.
regular
It's called
hotel.
Edgewater. It was called
Yeah.
Edgewater Hotel.
That shit was off the
Yep.
chain. They was outside on the patios and the balconies. They was all curtains open doing it. I was like, whoa.
Really?
I thought it was a regular hotel. I went with a friend,
Yeah.
you know.
I
And,
wasn't.
and it was it's some stuff going on up in there. They got a hot tub. Everybody was in there, buck ass naked, doing they
Bucket naked. Huh?
flopping each other. I say, what? This
Leave
is
the door
on
open. You just walk in, do what you do, and walk out.
They said that show was debuted on HBO. You can look on YouTube and go back to the Edgewater Hotel and see some of those episodes.
Is that place still open?
No, it's been
No.
It was a freaky deaky ass place. I'll tell you this. You think you going to a regular hotel? Let me tell you.
No, I knew anybody going to the Edgewater, they was going to get their back blowed out. I don't know.
Well, I didn't know it. I didn't know it when I went, but I found that I never went back. Shit. I found out that I ain't doing this bullshit no more. I don't even think I could walk good when I left there.
I bet the fuck you couldn't. I bet you
couldn't walk. I couldn't walk.
Because they closed the curtain. Anybody could have been coming through there. Anybody could have come in while you was half asleep.
my ass out. I was like,
shit.
God damn. But you know what? This is what I want to try to do is at the end of the show. I want to give anybody an opportunity who may, just one question, who may have a question that they would like to ask of us and get some feedback, because I know everybody have their personal things they're going through or whatever. But if you have anything that you would like to share, just they ain't gotta go into great detail, but a curious question that you like to post to us in the audience. Who wants to be the first to try this? I'm going to try this out at the end of each show to give somebody an opportunity to ask something. Ben, do you have one?
I got a question. I sure do. What started this sexual revolution with you, Miss Donna?
Edgewater back blowout session. She told you that.
It's a personal question for me. Oh wow! Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
What started the sexual?
What started this?
You say?
New sexual? Yeah, this sexual. This
revolution.
Sexual. What do you call it? Yeah, the revolution that you went.
Butterfly,
I guess
cocoon.
It's been a few years.
I think when I did my interview with Ron, we got a interview we did that's on YouTube, and I shared a lot of that. I started flapping my wings about 10 plus years, a little over 10 years ago, when I went through some life-changing things and lost my job and just went through some really crazy things in my life where I had to think about what I was passionate about. What am I going to do next in this next phase of my life? And I was always a writer of poetry and stuff like that, but I just started flapping my wings. I started writing differently. I stepped outside of my box. I stopped talking about roses are red, violets are blue. Why don't you be with me, boo boo? And I went there talking about, sucking and licking and this and that. I brought back the fantasy of things, just life and getting to know different people and living in the moment of the wisdom of relationships and friends you have and this and that. People are moved by sex. Sex moves people. Not everybody wants to talk about it, but everybody wants to know. When it comes to love, relationships, sex, and I piqued a really strong interest in wanting to discuss those type of things because it helped me, and I damn sure know it helped a few others just by hearing what other people had to say, their experiences. Because some people just stay in the closet with it. They may be in a relationship where he sleeps in one room, she sleeps in another, and they ain't had sex in I don't know how long, but they love each other and they trying to figure out what to do about this. And sometimes when you bring that forth and you talk about it and you see that other people are also going through that, that brings me a certain type of fulfillment because I feel like it's helping someone. So that's one of the reasons, it's not sexual stuff because I'm this big old freak. I mean, I may be, but nobody will know that unless you're in my zone, and you know what I'm saying? But I find it intriguing. I find it entertaining. I find it, especially when I do it in my music, because I learned years ago that, especially with entertaining with men are very visual. And when you put that visual and you put those words and you have that sexy appeal about it, and the way you may bat your eyes and do your lips and shit like that, it drives them insane. So as an artist, you learn to do things that move people. You are entertaining someone in the moment. It has nothing to do with what you like or what you want. It's entertainment. And whatever moves your audience and you can connect with them in that way, you bring it. So that's what I do with my shows, with my words, and my sexual prowess. Now, is that enough for you, Mr. Smith? So anyway, I want to wrap it up right now, but I wanted to try that. I think that's a good thing. It doesn't have to be a question personally to me, but it can be, as we just went through that. It could be anything that's on your mind that you want to talk about, that you may want to pose a question, or you may want to pose it to one of the people that's in the audience. It's up to them if they want to answer it, but I think that'll be a good way to end our show.
Okay.
And I want to thank everyone who was attending today. We got to talk about some good things. Man, you guys are just too much. I tell you, you be bringing the knowledge. I mean, in the social media, the bloops and the restrictions and stuff like that. I mean, that was really good with bringing that up. We have to be careful, but then again, they pick and choose. I think because I got some people now that post in my group that I'll get a notification from Facebook saying, say for instance, Shalina just posted this in your group. You need to approve it or deny the post. This person is being flagged for whatever. They go all into it. So I have to decide, do I want to let Shalina post this? So they're even critiquing, watching certain people that seem to be, so that could be good, that could be bad. And we talked about cabin fever and the conspiracy theories Mr. Ron brought forth, that tells a little bit of the truth about things, and that was really interesting. And EDD fraud, there'll be some repercussions out there for y'all that's playing. You're gonna get it. You better stop doing what you're doing because they gonna catch up to you. And the concerts online and stuff. Do we really, with the pandemic, the concerts and the things that we're seeing and being a part of now, is this gonna be the movement moving forward? Is this how it's gonna be? Sexual, the bisexual, the fluid movement. Learned a good one with that, you guys. The fluid lifestyle. Now that's my first time hearing that. Ben had a lot of enlightenment with that, and that's so the bi-curious, bisexual, I guess that's something too. But I think there's a lot of people out here, 99.9, that's in the fluid movement. It's some freaky folks out here in the world, y'all, whether they want to admit it or not, but they just doing their thing. But I want to let you guys know I appreciate you. We had a great show this evening. Join us every Sunday at 6:30 on Zoom here. And we look forward to seeing you next week. Now, Christmas is coming. I want to say Merry Christmas to everyone. Be safe. I want to remind y'all, this is me. See, this is my book. And I haven't had a chance to, for those of you who haven't went to Amazon and got yours, I have copies of my book. If you want a personal copy signed by me, whatever, just hit me up. I'm taking orders. I mail it to you. And it is a great write. It shows a lot of my creative talent I created 21 chapters of short stories.
Okay.
They're sizzling hot short stories, characters, fictional. But man, they're gonna have you saying, man, that chapter ended. Oh man, I wanted to know what was gonna happen with Charmaine or Shelly or whatever. But it's really good. So make sure you guys support me with that.
Will do.
This is your hostess with the Mostess, Donna Smith, aka Lady D, and I'm out until next week. Thank you.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.